Verse 27. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. So she's attentive to the affairs. It means the ways, the walk, the progress of her family. She's not a busybody, and she doesn't have to have her nose in everybody's business, okay? But she is aware of what's happening, and she's doing all she can to make sure that everyone in her family is on a good path for them. So this is another one for women and wives. Is that how you live? Trying to make sure that everybody in your family, all of your loved ones, are protected, provided for, on a good path. And so my question to you is, tell us guys, what is that like for you? A lot of pressure. Stressful? Trying to keep all the chicks. You know, trying to shepherd cats. How do you keep them all moving? You know? Okay, they're on a good path. They're on a good path. Oh, I got to come over here. Oh, I got to, being wise in the things you say, things you do, the things you don't do, the things you don't say. What's that like? Because I'll tell you, as guys, we don't know. Okay, guys handle things different. If you haven't noticed, right? Yeah, we handle things different. So we don't know what other than hopefully we're observing, we don't know what our wives are going through with this. So I guess that was a question to help the guys here. Be a little more sensitive to their wives, mothers of their children, grandmothers of their grandchildren. They're carrying a load. Let's be aware of it. Pray for them. Let's encourage them. Let's be there. So it says here also, she does not eat the bread of idleness. There's no laziness or complacency in her. Verses 28 and 29 says, her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. So if you're here and your mom is still living and she was a wife and mother like this, bless her. Bless her. I don't know. Text her. Call her. Send her flowers. Whatever you want to do, bless her. And if you are a husband and you have a wife like this describes, praise her. That's what it says. Right? The children blessed her and the husband praised her. By the way, that idea there where it says the husband also and he praises her, that means to rave about her. To rave to her about her. Honey, I think you're fantastic. I think you're incredible. I don't know how you do what you do. I don't know how you put up with me and everybody else. But also rave about her to others. I'll just tell you kind of a quick little thing about marriage counseling. You can tell an awful lot about the quality of a relationship about how they talk about each other in public. If they build each other up when they're in public, indicates a pretty healthy marriage. If they say negative things or they insult each other or they take little jabs at each other in public, not so good. Not so good. So, rave about her to others. And then verse 29 gives an example of what to say. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Now, okay, yeah, that's kind of Bible language, right? That's kind of like, you might not want to use those exact words, okay? Just like you wouldn't want to compliment your wife with some of the statements made in the Song of Solomon, right? Yeah. So, verse 30. Verse 30 says, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. John was the one who brought up the idea of her witness in all of this. And here what's being made clear to us is that all of this is coming out of godly character. Okay? This is just as Lemuel is a man who knows the Lord, so his mom is saying, you find a wife who knows the Lord, has this kind of character. So verse 30 says, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. You can act a certain way that fakes everyone out. You just pretend and go through the motions. And you can have physical beauty and attractiveness, but eventually that's going to go away. But a woman who fears the Lord. And remember, this takes us all the way back to the beginning of Proverbs, right? The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. All right? And it takes us all the way through the book of Proverbs that we've seen. A woman, and anyone really, who lives their life shaped by an awesome awareness and love for God, that's the person who will be rewarded and celebrated. And then verse 31. Honor her for all that her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. So honor her for all she has done to help and serve and take care of others, and let her be recognized and honored at the city gate. And the gate was the place of gathering. So the idea here is that the woman should be held up before the community as an example.